Hello everyone and welcome to another part of the strategy guide for the legendary game Lords of the Realm 2. This should be a very short one. I just want to show you something that can help you take down counties a little bit faster depending on what castles each county has. You will notice here that the bishop, my enemy, has three counties: the Latin Empire, Nicaea, and Cilicia. Now, as you can see, Cilicia has a royal castle, and the Latin Empire has a royal castle as well. But this one in the middle only has a Norman keep. Now, a very easy way to avoid having to tackle at least with one royal castle is to actually take the middle county. The reason for that is because all your counties must be adjacent to one another, meaning that there must be a continuation there. As you can see, my counties are all connected to each other. Now, let's see what will happen if I attack
this castle?
the Norman keep here. I'm not going to take the field. I'm just preparing enough siege weapons for the computer to make sure that the computer wins this fight. Now, I'm not going to take this fight, as I said, and I have won the fight.
This county is too far from the heart of your lands, my lord. You cannot.
Unfortunately, I cannot take this county. The reason is that it's not bordering any of my other counties. However, the bishop has lost the county. And you will see now that if I end my turn, next turn, he's going to lose one of his other counties. In this particular case, he lost Cilicia. Now, the reason he lost Cilicia is, I guess, well, in this case he had one county here and one county there, so we have equality. So I guess in this particular case, the criteria to decide which one he's going to lose probably has to do with which one is stronger. I guess the Latin Empire had a larger population, perhaps a higher love rating, or something like that. Now, this is something that I must admit I haven't tested. I'm not sure if that's the criteria, but I imagine it has to be that. If he had more counties, let's say, okay, he had Cilicia here, and let's assume he also had this one, the Seljuk of Rum, right? So he had two here on the east side and one on the west. Then, regardless of how powerful this county was, the Latin Empire, he would still lose this one. The reason is that the computer always, the first criteria it has to decide which part you're going to keep if something like that happens to you is the number of counties. So 2 beats 1, obviously. Yeah, I'm Einstein. That's why he would keep that. This is something you need to take into account when deciding which county to attack in this kind of way. Because you should try to attack the middle county so that he loses as many counties as possible, right? In this case, he only lost one. It is entirely possible to, depending on the map, of course, to make him lose more counties. Like for instance, here we have the Mamluks. If this county was ever to be taken out, to be captured, and imagine that I mean, the way I have the counties right now, if I lost this particular one, then the next turn I would lose this one and this one, and I would remain with the rest because they are more counties. So I would lose 2 counties in this situation. And generally you can find counties that are like the center, and you should attack them. Of course, another important thing to take into account here is what kind of castle this county has. But sometimes, even if it has a royal castle there, maybe it's actually worth attacking so that the computer, so that your enemy in general loses more counties. Of course, you will notice here that the army that was once in this royal castle has left the castle. Now, he has lost the county, but he doesn't lose the army that was inside it. However, I believe it's going to be much simpler to take out this army in the field than if you had to deal with it. This is another siege. Than if you had to deal with it inside the castle. We see he has 502 archers, which is actually quite a bit here. Now, I'm not going to take this fight now. I'm just curious, if I don't take the field, what's going to happen? You see, I lost a lot of men. So, one might argue that in this particular situation, maybe it would have been better to just fight them inside the royal castle and follow one of the strategies that I've shown you. You would lose less men. Yeah, but you can do other things to deal with this army. Perhaps you can use mercenaries. We'll see that in another part of the strategy guide. At any rate, the important thing here is not only to take down the royal castle. This is not the only thing we were trying to avoid. What we were trying to do was just to make sure that he loses a county just like that. And in certain situations, as I explained before, he can lose more counties. He can lose 2 counties, he can even lose 3 counties if you're lucky. The downside, of course, is that you don't get any of these counties because they are far away from your lands. Now, of course, it's possible that sometimes maybe you are actually neighboring the county in question, and that's the ideal situation, because then you can also keep the county for yourself, because here you can see that I need to take them one by one now. I need to take Cilicia and then Nicaea or whatever. But it's gonna be much easier because now these counties have no castle. Well, they have a castle, but it's unguarded. They don't belong to any noble, so they are ripe for the taking. So thank you for watching this chapter of the strategy guide. I hope you had fun. I really enjoy making these and looking forward to the next one. Take care.